Darcei! Hey guys, it's your favorite tiny potato, and welcome back to another episode of trying the darkest shade of a Korean foundation. I haven't made one of these videos in a really long time because Korean companies don't make dark shades very often. So once every lunar eclipse, I get to make a Korean foundation review. This particular foundation came out about a year ago, but I'm only reviewing it now. Why is that, you ask? Well, it's because I'm Canadian. 2 days ago, Innisfree opened their first ever Canadian store in my hometown. Why didn't I just order it online, you say? Innisfree USA does not ship to Canada, and any other website that has Innisfree that does ship to Canada does not carry the dark shades. So essentially, I was screwed. So when a store opened here in Toronto, I rushed over as fast as I could and picked up the darkest shade. So since the launch of this foundation, they've actually expanded the shade range to 24 shades, which, if I'm not mistaken, makes it the most inclusive Korean brand on the market. While 24 shades is very impressive for a Korean brand, it's still not impressive compared to other brands that are offered in the same mall. However, keep in mind that Innisfree's focus is skincare. Also, I don't think that it's fair to compare established brands that have had time to expand their shade ranges in the Western market to Korean brands that just got here. And before you say Fenty isn't an established brand, but they still managed to launch with 40 shades. Fenty is brought to you by Kendo, an established brand that owns Marc Jacobs and Kat Von D. Anyways, so I went to the store and picked up foundation. There was so much more in the store, an entire giant skincare line. The makeup was just a small part of the store, but they had everything. They had eyeshadows, they had blushes, they had concealers, they got everything, girl. But I was just there specifically for the foundations. So, this is what I got. They gave me a complimentary bag. They also gave me some complimentary samples, so I got this little kit here, which apparently comes with a face mask and then some samples of the serum and the eye cream, but I also got deluxe samples of the serum and the eye cream in this. So we're gonna be putting those on first. Like I said, Innisfree is a skincare brand, and it's also really important to prep your skin before you put on any foundation, girl. Those are the rules. Get with it. So in this little sample kit, they gave me the micellar water, which obviously don't need right now. And they also gave me their intensive hydrating serum with green tea seed and a little sample of their intensive hydrating eye cream with green tea seed. So I'm gonna start off with the serum. Fresh. Now my hands are slippery and I can't open the eye cream. Oh God. Oh. Okay, got it. So, without further ado, I present to you the darkest shade of the Innisfree Velvet Cover Foundation. Ooh. Ah. Which is clearly way too dark for me. So I'm gonna swatch this just so you guys can see how dark it really is. This is the color N49, and I'm assuming the N stand for neutral because there's also C and W, which I'm assuming stand for cool and warm. The foundation comes with a pump, so it's easy to just pump it out. Pump it out. So I'm just gonna do a big old swatch on my face just so you guys can see the color. So it's actually pretty dark. Like, I think this is probably even too dark for me to contour with. So if you are significantly darker than me, then this foundation could work for you, but this is the darkest shade in the line, and my shade is not very far away from it. We'll talk about that later. This is the shade that I picked up that I believe is the closest shade that would match me. I did try them on in the store. When I put this one on my face, I just did like a little swatch on my cheek in the store and it disappeared. Like I literally couldn't tell where it was. So I'm hoping that this is the correct color. I looked at the color and that it was just below it and it looked way too light in the bottle, so I didn't even try to pick it up, but as we know, bottles can be deceiving. This color is called N43. So this color in particular comes in 3 different shades. So it comes in the C43, the N43, and the W43. Now usually I gravitate towards more warm tone foundations, but when I tried on the W43, it looked way too dark for some reason. So I just picked up the N43. Now let me look at the website here. N49 is the darkest shade and it is the only 49 in the line. So 49 does not come in a C or a W, just in an N. Then the shade up from that is C47. Then we have W43, then N43, C43, and then W41. So W41 looked too light for me in the store, so I just decided to pick up the 43. Let's see if this is actually my match, guys, because I showed this on Instagram and a lot of you guys said that this wasn't gonna match me. So let's see if you guys are right. We're just winging it on this channel. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? For primer, I'm gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So I have it side by side here next to my NARS foundation, which I usually use. This is my NARS foundation and this is the Innisfree one. As you can see, the Innisfree one is a lot runnier, it's a lot thinner texture, and it's just dripping down my hand right now. Whereas the NARS one is pretty much staying put. Looks like this is gonna be super lightweight and skin-like, and this one is definitely pulling more red because it is neutral and not warm, and it looks a tad bit darker, so we'll see. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's because my face is really golden and that's why it's pulling a lot of red, or if it's just like a red foundation. Like, I don't know. I can't tell, but it is super red. I look like a tomato. Maybe I should have gone with the 41 then. Y'all cannot trust me to match myself in the store, okay? But anyways, besides the color, the texture of the foundation is really nice. It looks very skin-like. It's very lightweight, so I am enjoying that. It does have a very natural finish, so if that's what you're into, which I am, then I would say go pick up this foundation if you can find your shade. Maybe I should have picked up the 41 because it is just the hair too dark and I look like I'm from VeggieTales. But that's okay because we can just lighten and brighten this up with concealer. So I'm taking my Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer in the color Maple. Okay, so now let's talk about the foundation in general. So while the shade range is definitely impressive for a Korean brand, there's still a long way to go. Okay, wow, this looks so pretty. This could become one of my favorite foundations if I can get my correct shade. I think I'm gonna go back to the store and pick up the 41 and see how that works, because it's a W41 as well. The 41 is also another shade that only comes in one undertone. So let's speak about that. When I went into the store and I posted the shade range on my Instagram, I got a couple of messages from people that were like, a million shades of beige and then like 2 shades of dark. You guys are right. The darker shades aren't getting as many undertones as the lighter shades are. If I go through the lighter shades, all of them have at least 2 undertone shade options. C13, then N13. C21, N21, W21, N23, W23, C27, N27, W27, and it just goes on like that, which is why there's so many beige shades. The darkest one, like I said, only comes in N49. Then you have C47, and that's it for the 47s. And then we also have W41, which is the only 41. And then it jumps to W37, which is the only 37. You see a pattern? And I understand understand it's about supply and demand. So what I want you guys to do is watch this video, share it with all your friends, and then tell all your friends to buy the Innisfree foundation in the dark shade. Because if the brand sees that there's demand for the dark shades, then they're going to make more dark shades. That's how it works. That was a lot of powder. So the issue is, as usual, the dark shades take giant jumps in between them, while the lighter shades have a lot more options. And why is this an issue, you ask? This means that darker skinned people are going to have a harder time finding their foundation match, which means they A, probably won't buy it at all, or B, are going to have to buy 2 shades and are going to be paying double for the foundation because they have darker skin. Also, when I was walking around the store, I noticed the concealers, and the concealers do not come in 24 shades, so they don't really correspond back to the foundations, so it's gonna be really difficult for you to find a concealer. So I couldn't buy a concealer, otherwise I would have used it in this review, but it don't come in my color, girl, so. Also, I noticed that they still don't have corresponding shades for bronzers. This is an issue that goes on in most brands. So not just Korean ones, but really most brands don't carry bronzers for dark skin. So am I surprised that this Korean brand doesn't have a bronzer that's anywhere near close enough to be a bronzer on my skin tone? Not at all. Speaking of bronzer, I'm gonna bronze with this Morphe powder. This isn't even a bronzer, it's a powdered foundation. Gotta hit that jawline, girl. Okay, seriously, this foundation, it's so pretty. Girl, I gotta go back to the store and pick up that W41, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Next I'm gonna use my Jackie Aina palette, and I'm gonna use the color Edges. Now, I get a lot of criticism for using Korean products when I have dark skin and then complaining about the shade range. I just think that if a Korean brand wants to open a store in my neighborhood and then claim to offer shades for my skin tone, then I have the right to critique it, just like any other brand that is offered in the mall. K-beauty is huge in North America now, and I no longer have to order things online. Like, it's in my mall now. But there are still Asian brands that come to North America with their one dark shade and are like, here you go, and I'm like, what is this? This foundation is honestly bomb. I'm loving it so far. It literally looks like this could be my skin, you know, if it was the right shade. But just ignore that, okay? For lipstick, I'm gonna use Smoked Rose from 3CE. I've been wearing this lipstick like every single day, guys. Yes, honey, this is the fall look that we were all asking for. I feel like a pumpkin spice latte. And I'm just adding Cabbage Rose from 3CE onto the cheeks. Okay, so I know I've been raving about the finish the whole video, but I just want to reiterate the finish of this foundation is impeccable. It's really natural looking, like I can't even really tell that I'm wearing foundation. Like, it literally just looks like my skin. Only issue, of course, is the color, which is probably 1000% my fault because I'm a dum-dum. So once again, only issue that I have with this foundation line is that, as usual, there aren't enough dark shades. Even though there are really great dark shades, and I probably can find my match if I go back to the store, I'm Darcei, and I have to have something to complain about. Let me know if you've tried this foundation before in the comments down below, because, you know, it's new to Canada, but it's not new to everywhere else. So let me know what you guys think about this foundation. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, girl. Let me tell you something, girl. 70,000 people subscribed to my channel in the last 30 days. Do you really not want to be one of those people? Do you really not want to be part of history? Black history? Yeah, that's what I thought. Hit the subscribe button. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out these videos here. I've got some other foundation and K-beauty reviews for you, so definitely go check those out. I will see you guys in the next video. I love ya so